Taiwan's parliament has passed a controversial legislation that would give lawmakers a greater investigative reach and curb the powers of newly elected President William Lai. Parliament sessions on the bill resumed, with lawmakers from the president's Democratic Progressive Party chanting slogans and waving banners in protest. The reforms were being pushed by an opposition alliance between Kuomintang and Taiwan People's Party. Well, meantime, protesters are also amassing around the legislative yuan. The contentious bills allow the lawmakers to summon the president, companies, or even the general public for questioning. And those being questioned are not allowed to, quote, reverse question the lawmakers' unclearly defined term that's causing unease. And for the latest, we are joined now by Victoria Jen, who is standing by outside Parliament in Taipei. First up, Victoria, what is the latest?
Yes, right now I'm standing outside Parliament, and as you can see behind me, there are tens of thousands of protesters. Even though it's raining, it's drizzling right now, but it didn't stop them from coming out here to voice their opposition and anger against the passage of the reform bills, which have just been passed at about 5 p.m. local time. And of course, they are very upset about what happened, but it is been something that they have been expecting, given the fact that the opposition alliance, the KMT and the Taiwan People's Party, they hold together, they hold majority in Parliament. So this obviously did not come as a surprise, but they are very critical of the reform bills because they think that they will greatly expand the investigative power of Parliament over the government, and this is going to further weaken President William Lai's power. And given the fact that he's already a minority president with only 40% of the vote, this is going to definitely make it very difficult for his administration to push through his policies. And I spoke to some of the protesters, and here's what they have to say.
他们就是不遵守法治嘛，乱来嘛。本来立法有立法的程序，他们就是胡搞瞎搞，所以全民反对。
基本上，我觉得，当然，大家现在在这个地方，我们就是反对，就是他出来，就是他不民主的一个程序。但是他其实，我觉得他法条内容本身也是非常有问题的。对，因为在台湾五权分立的架构之下，现在的确是让立法院就是权力超过于其他的大院这样子。对，所以现在已经在三读了。 我觉得，因为我们应该就是后续会有一些其他的，不管是人民的运动，或者是在法治上面，我们可以去制衡的地方，这样。
So, Vic, the reform bill has moved ahead despite strong opposition that we can see from the crowd behind you. So, in a nutshell, what's next for this legislation?
Yes, now that the reform bills have been passed, the president would be required to address Parliament and also answer any questions that's raised by lawmakers. And at the same time, the laws would also allow the government officials to be jailed if they are caught. If they are found lying to the legislature. Now, the opposition parties argue that the bills are necessary because they want to make sure that they hold the government accountable and by having proper disclosure of official data. But some critics argue that this could threaten Taiwan's national security, considering the fact that the government officials and also the president will be forced to disclose confidential information to the public. And now we know that in response to this passage of the bill, the DPP is likely to bring the matter to a constitutional court because they want to seek the constitutional interpretation to overrule the legitimacy of the bills. And so that this is something that we're still watching very closely. And we can expect the confrontation between the two sides are going to continue over the next 4 years under William Lai's administration.
Many thanks for that report. Victoria Jin speaking to us from Taipei.